Hey guys, this is Stephanie Farron, the Technology Facilitator at Butler High School, and this quick video tech talk is about Canvas and PowerSchool integration, specifically issues with due dates. Some of you may have been wondering or may have seen this issue recently. You're working on an assignment in Canvas or you're going back to edit an assignment in Canvas. You need to give a student another attempt. You need to change a due date, and suddenly it will not let you change that said due date or change the assignment, and you can't figure out why. There's a really simple reason. It started last year, but you're just now noticing it, and I'll explain why. So what it is that if you cannot change something with an assignment that has previously been posted in Canvas, it is because of PowerSchool. We have just passed our end of first quarter grading period and posted the grades in PowerSchool. They have now stored those grades in PowerSchool, so PowerSchool and Canvas have locked your due dates. The rationale is try to avoid sync issues that we've previously had with Canvas and PowerSchool. So let me show you what I mean. I'm in a Canvas course, and for most of us, we're given a lot of quizzes online, and we want to know why we can't change the due date, specifically one where the kids just took it. So for example, the statistics test here, they just took it like a week ago. The kid needs to make it up. Well, that's because the due date, was the important date, was October 20th, and that's in first quarter. First quarter ended October 31st. You had some grace in there because PowerSchool didn't lock the grades and store them, but now they have. So as of today, if I go in and try to make a change to this test, it's not going to let me. It's going to tell me that I can no longer edit it and change the date. I can't give a kid another attempt because the due date was October 20th, and that was in first quarter. It's trying to avoid a sync issue. So when I'm in this quiz and I try to change anything with it, it will not allow me. I can erase it, I can change it, but once I do that and try to save it, it will give me an error message. And the reason being because this assignment was posted in a previous grading period. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to edit this, and the way we're going to do it is we're going to trick Canvas. So the first thing I'm going to do is, instead of trying to make a change in the test itself, is I'm going to make a copy of the test. So I'm going to come into Settings, and then where we normally import and export materials, we're going to export course content. When I go to export, if I want the entire course, I can create the export and then choose the pieces I want. Or if I want quizzes, I can choose the quizzes. So maybe I don't want all quizzes. Maybe I just want the statistics test. Okay, and you can see right here, this teacher's actually already made the retest here. So I create the export. It will take a minute. Okay. And then once I do that, I'm going to click here to download the export. It's going to download into my downloads folder. Okay, so it might be a little hard for you to see, but it's right here. It's my downloads folder. Okay. Then I'm going to click Settings again in this same course, and I'm going to import course content. When I go back to import course content, it's going to ask me what type of course content I'd like to import. And my computer's being slow for a minute, so we'll have it pop up. This time, I'm going to select Copy a Canvas Export Package. Okay, when I go to choose my file, I'm going to want to choose it from my Downloads folder because that's where it is, or I was right there. Okay, and then here's another thing. If I chose just the quiz in my course, I would select all content when I exported it. If I chose my entire course, I could select the specific content if I wanted an assignment. The other thing I want to make sure I do is click Adjust Due Dates, because if I just put the same quiz back up there with the due date of October 20th, it's still going to lock me out. So if I adjust the due dates and actually just remove the dates, it's actually going to create two copies of the same test. That's why you saw statistics and statistics retest under this teacher's account, because he's already posted up the retest. So I'm going to remove the dates, thereby giving me two copies of every test or the specific quizzes that I put up without a due date. I'll click Import. Once that's completed, when I go back over to quizzes, there'll now be two copies of the exact same test. So if I'm a teacher that likes to use the same things over and over again, I can simply do that. And then there'll be no due date for the one I want to change. It will allow me to change the due date, and I will need to make that. If you have a year-long course, remember after quarter 2, the same thing's going to happen. It's going to lock again, and then you're going to need to copy the material or pull it back across to get that date again. This happens primarily to classes like health and PE that switch every 9 weeks, and they use the same materials over and over again. No longer can you just change the due date. You're going to have to actually make a new copy, remove the dates, and then add the dates again. And this is to try to prevent sync issues, so that way you don't change a grade in PowerSchool after the grades have been stored in PowerSchool. So I hope that this tutorial makes sense to you, and hopefully not many of you have had this issue. It's primarily those of you who had a test right at the end of the quarter, and now you've got kids that need to make it up. So have a great day.